Here is the graph of j of x. I think they should have called it w of x. Looks like a w graph. We want to sketch the image after a translation of 4 units to the left and 5 units down. Again, we have this language in terms of the function j. So we're going to want to write an equation and then state the domain and range for each function. So I'm going to take these key points on my original graph. There's one here, there's one here, there's one here. Those seem like important points. And I'm going to take those points, move them 4 to the left and 5 units down. So we'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 down. There's that point. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 down. And once I have those points, I'll draw the same shape. Make sure I add my arrowheads on the end of the graph. And there is the graph. If I want to write the equation, so an equation has an equal sign, of my image graph in terms of j, so I know that I need to have my function j on the other side. 4 units to the left, inside or outside of the function? That will be inside of the function. And 5 units down, minus 5 after the function. Domain and range of our blue graph here. Well, our domain, it keeps getting wider and wider. Our domain is everything. Our range for a function, if we think of its smallest value for your y values is -5, but then it goes up forever. Y is greater than or equal to -5. For our red graph, the domain is also everything. The range, the smallest y value on our red graph was 0, so our range is y is bigger than or equal to 0. One of the things that we're going to start looking at is if we move things, how does it affect things like domain and range? Well, for my domain was everything. Even if I move that left and right, it's still everything. But my range here, my range started from 0 to infinity, and when it got moved down, does it make sense that my new range is y is bigger than or equal to 5? And so sometimes you'll get questions that just ask little details. Instead of giving you the red graph, they just tell you the red range. They said the range was originally y is bigger than or equal to 0. We moved it 4 to the left and 5 down. What's the new range? And you'd have to be able to determine that, oh, if I moved it 5 down, my new range would be y is bigger than or equal to -5. Okay, questions for this one are 8, 9, and 10.